From time to time, an anime will come out where if you have any friends watching anime, or if you go on some forums or chats about anime, that it becomes so popular, there's no way you won't hear about it. Similar situations happen with Naruto, Sword Art Online, One Piece, etc. Hell, I wasn't even an anime fan before I started watching this show and I found out about it. Within the first 10 minutes of watching the show, I couldn't stop. There was this hook to the show that just sucks you in. It could be the intense rock opera soundtrack, it could be the amazing quality, or it could be the senseless death and destruction that happens constantly throughout the show. Now, of course, I'll get into that in further detail later. My name is Eddie, and this is my personal review of Attack on Titan. Our story takes place in what seems to be an older version of somewhere in Germany. The buildings look authentic, and the names even sound German, and some of the songs have German lyrics, which leads me to believe to my conclusion. Within this hidden area of Germany, humanity has retreated behind 3 massive walls to hide from their only predators, the Titans. The Titans are gigantic or even colossal humanoid-like beings that range from 3 to 5 meters tall, with only one driven purpose: eating people. Now, at first glance, you may think that Titans don't sound so scary, but the best part is that they make no noise besides their footsteps. And all they do is walk towards you and smile. Imagine a zombie, but the zombie looks like a normal person, it's naked but has no sexual organs, and is really, really tall. That's your average Titan. It's been 100 years since humanity as a whole has had to face the Titans, 100 years of peace, until the infamous Colossal Titan breaks a hole into the first wall. This is the moment where everything was going well until the Fire Nation attacked. What I like about the conflict in this story is that it's life or death, but not for the main characters, but for all of humanity. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 main characters, and the first character to talk about is our main protagonist, Eren Yeager. Eren at the beginning of the show is a spoiled brat who just needs to get what he wants or else he won't be satisfied until he does. And by the end of the show, he's still a spoiled brat who just needs to get what he wants, and if he doesn't, he won't be satisfied until he does. However, his goals do ultimately change given to him the new information in the near beginning of the show. His real ultimate end goal is to venture outside the walls. He constantly refers to the walls as a prison or a pen to put sheep or cattle in, rather than a safe place to hide from the Titans. But due to unforeseen events, Eren decides he needs to slaughter all the Titans to help him reach his ultimate goal. Mikasa Ackerman. Mikasa is the definition of a perfect soldier. She's seen constantly throughout the show, demolishing Titans, soaring through the sky, kicking ass and taking names. She's got the looks, she's got the skill, and she knows what it's like to live through a rough life and pull through. Now, people think, wow, what a cool person, she's almost perfect. Keyword being almost. She really has only one major flaw, and that's that she's too fixated on Eren. It's as if in her eyes, the only reason to live and breathe is because of Eren. Next is her childhood friend, Armin. Armin doesn't receive enough credit. I mean, sure, throughout the show they'll point out how cool he is every now and again, but people often tease Armin for being weak in the show. But the reason Armin is probably my favorite character is because he's a genius. There are constant occasions where Armin uses his brilliance to get him and his friends out alive of the horrible situation they're in at the moment. Even though he's a huge coward, he does try sometimes. Now, the last person to talk about here is Levi. Now, if you didn't think Mikasa was badass enough, there's Levi. Levi is the superior character when it comes to skill and strength in the show. His Titan kill count is, I believe, above 50. He also gets the main 3 characters out of tight situations constantly throughout the show, whether it's due to Titans or even the police. He always manages to save the day. Other than that, there's not really much known about Levi, although he does like to clean. Attack on Titan has this really shiny feel to it. It's like a brand new car, polished and everything. Something that you don't really see often in many anime series is the thick black line that's drawn around the characters and the Titans. It's probably what helps it shine. Not to mention the 3D maneuver gear, which is gorgeous on its own. It's the way people fly around and spin in midair. It's really fun to get excited about. Like I mentioned before, there's a soundtrack that has a more rock opera theme to it that you don't really hear in many anime series. There's also a couple get really hype songs as well as wow, that's really sad songs. And what I love about Attack on Titan is it knows when to play the song at the exact right moments. So with all that information bundled together, I give Attack on Titan a rating of 8 out of 10 and a watch it recommendation because it's really fun to watch crazy stuff happen, but the characters' motivation and determination can be a little overwhelming. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more anime reviews to come. This is Eddie, signing off.